Hi, and welcome to another episode of the South Texas Power Lunch. I'm Matt Duke with the South Texas Business Lawyers, and today we're talking with my trainer, Zack Wilkinson from Lifetime. And look, Zack and I hang out almost every single morning. It's not really hanging out. He works me and about 20 of my closest friends in a class every single morning to work on our physical fitness. And for me, physical fitness it is something that is a necessity for me to deal with the stress of being a small business owner, from the realities of being a parent, and just making sure that I have good mental health. And it is something that is just a critical part of my daily life. And so I invited Zack here today to talk about working out, being physically fit, the mental aspects of it. And he puts in a great topic about the why, which we talk about here from time to time. Is you have to have a purpose and a why for everything you do. And Zack talks about the importance of knowing your why and being physically fit and working on your mental well-being. And I can't wait for you to hear all the great things that Zack has to say in our episode today. Let's listen in. Zack, thanks so much for coming on here. I'm excited to tell everybody what we do every Monday through Friday, yes. 8 o'clock usually, sometimes 9 o'clock.
Sometimes 8:15-ish.
It's traffic getting from the school back like
Yes.
It was yesterday.
Yes.
So I appreciate you coming on here to talk about the role that fitness has in just lifestyle in general, for entrepreneurs, mental health and everything. Why do you think it's so crucial that business executives focus on their physical fitness?
Oh, it's very crucial, in my opinion, because if you're running a business or you're a CEO of a company or those kind of things, you're taking care of your legacy. Your health is part of your legacy.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like you have to take care of yourself because you want to take care of your family and your business at the same time. But you have to be disciplined and dedicated. And when you're disciplined and dedicated in your business world, it will transfer into your fitness world, and your fitness world will transfer over to your business world.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, so many people, sports in general, physical fitness, there's a whole lot of life lessons on that. In looking at, we've talked in our intro. We talked a little bit about your experience and that sort of stuff. So, you're coaching hundreds of people every single day, right?
Yep, from 100 to 120, 130 people.
What do you see as the difference for those people that are coming in at the beginning? Like they're saying, "Hey, I'm going to make a change," which it's now May. I'm sure you get a ton of those in January. I know that the wait list was massive right after January there. So the people that are coming in that don't have the benefits yet versus those that have the benefits, what do you see as their progression, the benefits as they come through?
Well, they get stronger, they get faster. They're actually more disciplined in their food. They feel better. They sleep better. They perform better overall. I have a couple of clients come in that have super stressful jobs.
Yep. Including this one right here.
And this is their 45-minute, 50-minute break in the day.
Yeah.
So you have to have that time to decompress. And when people start working out, they start eating healthier. And then when they start eating healthier, they start losing inches, or they start feeling better in general. They may be losing weight, maybe not losing weight per se, but losing inches, they're losing body fat. So they start feeling better. One of my clients, I think you might have seen him a few times around the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
He's lost over 175 pounds.
Oh, wow.
In the last 2 years.
Wow.
So he's made a lot of changes in his lifestyle. But what I think when people come in is having a purpose on why you're doing something is crucial. When people are like, I want to do this and this, and I always go, why? Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? I like that 3-year-old kid. Why? And then you find out the real reason is that some kind of very personal reason that they want to get healthier.
Yeah.
Or fit or wherever it may be. But it's not for the trip. It's just something inside the trip.
Yeah.
Meaning if it's a spousal thing or it's my kid's thing. My kid's really sick. I have to be around to take care of my kid because they're not doing so good.
Right.
Those are some things that I find is the people from when we first started doing classes in general.
Yeah.
To a year. I've got one client that's been my client in classes since 2012.
Oh, wow.
And she came on after she had a cancer episode.
Wow.
And she's been my client ever since. So it's you have those purposes and those reasons to do things that seems to be a lot helpful to find what you're doing as they get better. And they make small changes. It's a little habit. It's the little things that keep them going, to keep them progressing.
It's interesting. Just from coming to your classes here, which, as I mentioned in the opening, I've been coming off and on, and you've been coaching me for almost 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I just got really serious about 6 months ago, and it's been fantastic. But your clientele seems to be around maybe late 20s to maybe even up to the 50s is what it looks like, and maybe 60-year-olds.
I've got 2 people who are 71, 72 years old in my classes.
Whew. Okay, 71, 72. I got 30 years.
Yes.
You just got to keep on going.
My youngest client, she is 18, and she's 6'1".
I'm bringing you a 12 soon, just because.
This summertime, I'm gonna have a lot more kids in class pretty soon. But I've literally it could be all in the same class. Like the one guy at your 8 o'clock hour that comes in, he's 71.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay, and there's another guy that comes in at 9. He's a preacher at one of the local churches. He's 72.
Wow.
You look at it, you would never guess that.
Right. Well, you know what? And that's kind of what it is, right? The benefits of what you get is, when people are younger, we were talking about my 12-year-old
Mm-hmm.
and 15-year-olds, sports is part of their daily routine because they're immersed in it because of school.
Yeah.
But when they come out, and they're no longer in it. I had a lot of friends that were athletes that when ballooned in weight, still are ballooning in weight, right? They lose that purpose because it was a part of their life, and they have to find that lifestyle.
Well, so that like back when we were playing soccer, back when we were younger,
Yeah.
and we went to college, or we did things probably away from. We had our own personal issues with
Right.
that because we gained weight also, or vice versa.
Yep.
So we can acknowledge that, but some people don't know how to get back into it. Or it's like even being in San Antonio, military city, we have a lot of veterans here. They come out and they come out and they get out and they don't know what to do anymore.
Right.
Because they're not doing a PT test anymore, and they blew in a weight.
Because that was their purpose, right? Their purpose was to survive that PT test or
Yes.
to thrive in that PT test.
Yeah, you got the Air Force has a 1.5 mile run in there. Or the pull-up test or the push-up. But people get ready for that rather than to do it all year round.
Right.
That's not the real purpose. They're trying to keep their jobs,
Yeah.
or enlisted or whatever they do. But they always have the purpose. So when they get out, they don't know what to do.
Right.
And so that's where coaching or training comes into play to help people get motivated, but make it fun. So you don't want to come to do a workout and it's not fun.
That's true.
We won't make it. It's gonna be hard. Yes. Yeah. It's I always joke it's an easy day.
When you say fun, I'm sorry, I can't say it's fun, but I will tell you it's engaging. Your workouts are engaging.
Yeah,
because they're always variety. Mm-hmm. It's always I'll look at the board and I'll go, okay, or today we're gonna die like a pig. Off something that I just didn't think. At first I was like, oh, it's gonna be kind of easy what we did today. But then as I got into it, I was like, oh, this isn't easy at all. No. And I'm built a little bit different. But the purpose, that's interesting. Kind of going back to the purpose part, because the purpose on how people find fitness and that lifestyle usually comes from something negative, whether it's a negative thing like, hey, I don't like how much weight I've given, or unfortunately things like cancer, or just the reality is if I don't get fit, I'm not going to be able to do the things with my kids and grandkids and those sort of things.
I think it's also how your perspective, how you look at it. Like the kid thing, like the gentleman I was talking about earlier, who went from 375 down to about 220 right now.
Man.
He wasn't a negative person. He had issues with food. He had other personal issues.
Yeah.
But what got him to being fit was his kids. So it's not, he wasn't doing it on purpose to get fit. Oh, I'm a bad person. No, I need to get fit because I want to be around for my kids. So just a different perspective of things. I like to look at it that way. It's no, these are good things.
Yeah.
That way, okay, or I beat cancer, I want to stay cancer free. I've had one of my clients, she had a heart condition we did not know about because we watched her heart monitor on the screens, and she'd be doing plank, heart rate's 180.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, that's not good. Let her back, still 180.
Oh,
Good.
wow.
Went to see a couple of doctors and specialists. They said it was allergies. And she's a pharmacist. Okay. She went and found another doctor and had an MRI done, and she had a tumor on her heart.
Oh my goodness!
Size of her heart, like bad.
Oh,
wow. Almost had to have open chest surgery.
Right then and there, I'm sure.
Yeah, But she was able to get into a hospital over in Houston. I think it was Hopkins,
Okay.
This is years ago. And then so able to went whole through cancer treatment, lost all of her hair, lost a lot of weight. Now back in classes. But because she's back in classes, because she was stubborn enough to stay strong and keep working out, even during treatments and those kind of things. So that way, it's like not as a negative thing. They're looking, okay, I want to stay healthy because I need to be healthier, kind of stuff. Not as a, oh, I need to lose weight because I'm overweight kind of thing. As a negative, does that make sense to me?
Well, yeah, that makes negative. That's why you're successful. See, I have the my personal philosophy is the suffering piece of it, which that'll tell you a little bit about me on that. Is
Yes.
There's something about, like, there's always been that about like fitness and sports and, you know, whether it's track or whatever, where there's always that suffering moment.
Yeah.
But the joy either in it or after it, knowing that I've completed it or did those things where I've done the triathlons, Ironman, soccer, and that sort of
It's the
stuff.
accomplishments for you.
Yep.
But for some people, it's like, I just want to get through and get a good workout in and get out of here.
Right.
You know, like today, one lady came out today and she's going through radiation treatment right now.
Oh, wow.
And so like I just told her today, I said, I just want you to come here. Just come here.
Right.
I don't care what you do, how many rounds you do, how much weight you do, how much weight you push.
Yep.
I just want you to be here consistently.
That's right.
And she's like, I can do that.
It's part of the plan.
One little step, one little habit. Just come here. Even if you're not feeling 1%, come on in. We'll get through. I've had one point in time about 5 years ago, I had two ladies that were pregnant at the exact same time, literally a week apart. They gave birth a week apart. All 9 months in my classes.
Oh, wow.
I just said, just come to class and we'll work through things.
Yeah.
Right now I have 3 ladies in class that are pregnant right now.
Man.
Well, they just came back from being pregnant. She was out for, so it's like, what's going on in the water
Something
here,
in
guys?
the water, man. Yeah, you gotta come back on that.
But like the 2 girls before, like they would come to class in 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, do classes, and then go home. And like the day they gave birth, they came to class in the morning and gave birth that evening. So, but
yeah,
I
realized I thought I was tough, but I guess I'm not actually.
it's just more like I just like, for me, it's like, come to, you know, you're doing your workout, it's for you, not as a punishment. It's more like you get to do it.
Yeah.
Like there's those sayings like I have to go to work. No, I get to go to work.
Right.
Or I have to do a workout. No, I get to do a workout. The different perspective to me changes your mentality of things. That way you look at the positive side of it, or I get to go do this. Like I get to go train 120, 150 people a day for 5 to 6 hours, put all my effort into it.
Which you do.
So I do. At 10 o'clock, I crash. You don't see that part.
At 5 o'clock, there's like, hey, there's not even openings at 5 o'clock in the morning for you. So I get it.
So like, to me, is I just look at the perspective of things. So like, I get to go hang out with these people. I get to go. There's been times like I don't want to go to work because I didn't sleep well, or I had 2 hours of sleep, whatever, you know, or a sick kid. Like I still gotta go to work. I'll go to work and I'll make it through it, but I always make I get to do all these fun things. I get to make jokes with different people. I get to harass Matt today, you know, or I get to harass, you know, like Alex or some of the guys in class. I get to like, what are you guys doing today?
Yeah.
What the hell? You guys work out? You're gonna talk all day, you know? So I get to like make harassments in there. Then I got to touch base with somebody. So like, you know, I got 24 people in class, 20 people in class. That's 20 different conversations I'll have in that 1 hour.
Yeah, that's true.
So after 5 hours of 100 people to 120 people, my mind's kind of fried. But whenever I talk to you like you and I are talking right now. When I go talk to one of the female clients, I have to talk to them differently. Sure. So I have to kind of shift that mentality all day long. Yeah. So for me, like that's fun. Okay. So, you know, it wears me down, but it's fun because I don't have to worry about life outside of Lifetime. I don't have to worry about my family for a little bit. I get to come in and have some fun and make it enjoyable, make sure that my clients have a great experience, suffering or not. But like, I get to have
suffering
fun.
means great experience for me.
But some people like today at 8 o'clock hour, there was one lady in the class. It's her first day back. Okay. So I couldn't push her like I push you.
Right.
You know, or like Alex, I'm making Alex do muscle ups.
Yeah.
And everybody else is doing pull-ups.
That's my aspirational stuff, watching
Yeah.
go all the way up. I'm like, okay.
Well, yeah. So it gets to be kind of fun to watch, but like I had to push each person appropriately.
Yeah.
So in like today's classes, I try to pair people with that similar abilities, or depending on what we're doing, like similar heights with like the racks today.
Right.
So I try to do those kind of things. So that, and then I try to mix it up sometimes. Like I'll mix up, you know, like I might make today I had you with Alex. I might do with Jason or Tyler, or Jason, the other Jason, just for like a mix of personality a little bit, just to make it fun. That way, you come to class, you do know somebody. You're not just coming to class and just kind of blinded per se, which is great. I'm glad that people do that, but also make sure that it's also you don't come in, you don't feel like don't know anybody. And then like when you're not in class, it was like, hey, where's Matt at? You know, I want people to ask me, hey, oh well, he's out for court right now, or what are those kind of things,
Right.
Or those are kind of, so I want people to ask about other people because then I would create that community.
Yeah, which you do a great job of too. Let me ask you this question, just because, I mean, again, this is more of the personal, I call it suffering, but from a stress management standpoint.
This is huge.
I mean, I think it's something that, like, you know, for me, I have a very, very stressful job. I'm sure many of your clients have the same thing there, though. Mm-hmm. You know, talk a little bit about what people don't realize, because a lot of business executives, they know I work out and they're like, you know, they'll make jokes all the time, like, you know, about why they can't, but they think that this just adds more stress to go work out, but it's not the case.
No,
it actually helps
relieve stress. You
Yeah.
have endorphins in there, your dopamine goes up. You feel good.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel good when you go talk to clients or you
Yeah.
go talk to somebody else for different jobs. You're just going to feel better. But like if you're always in stress about working all the time and running a business or being an ER doctor, one of my clients was an ER doctor, director of an ER. You know, it's like he's high stress job.
Yeah.
He's literally doing
life and death every day, all day.
So like if they don't get that time in there, like you need time to break away. I always refer back to people who went back in college or even high school, people who didn't go to college, was if you had a hard question, like a paper, and you couldn't think of what's going on, go for a walk. They always say, go for a walk, come back.
Yeah.
Exercise induces creativity also and releases hormones. Your muscles actually release a hormone called hope hormones. This is found out about early 2000s, so they actually feel good. It's an enzyme protein that's released in your muscles. It's actually the only hormone that's produced by muscles. So when you do work out, you actually feel better. So that way you feel good. You have a great day. You have greater aspirations. You don't feel like you got kicked in the face essentially. You know, but you feel good. Like when you're done, you work, you feel like accomplished something.
Yep.
When you do a bike race, you feel good afterwards because you've done it.
Yep.
Or you go for even a hike. You go walk up, Oceana Rock here in, Fredericksburg. You feel good just walking up there.
Right.
You accomplished it. Same kind of concept. But if you can accomplish a workout, that's a win.
Yeah.
You get out of bed, you make a bed, eat breakfast, that's a win. You know, you have a great morning with your spouse, it's a great win.
Yeah.
You stack these wins up, and then that translates into your work environment. For your mentality, you can think things better when you go to work.
Which a lot of executives, I mean, we deal with losses
Yeah.
all day long. I mean, to that point, you do get that win. Mm-hmm. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I've had arguments with other lawyers all day today, and a little bit behind, the stress is there. But you're right, I do have my win for today.
Yeah, you got your workout in and you feel good about how the day you went.
I didn't really want to do those step-ups on those boxes at that weight, but I did it. And so to me, there's that sense of accomplishment that actually makes it a little bit easier for, the fact that I've had all losses ever since I've left, to be honest with you, today on that. What do you think are some of the barriers on why more entrepreneurs and business executives don't get into?
Like you said earlier, excuses. I just think because they think they have to pour all their heart and soul into the business part of it. That's great. You have that passion for it. But if you don't actually take care of yourself, your passion and your job will suffer too. And so will everything else around you.
Yeah.
Your friends, you'll start losing friendships because you're focused on this, you're associated by your work, but you're not taking care of yourself.
Right.
So I always tell people, buys your temple, however you want to look at it, religiously or not. that's you. You have that one body for life. Might as well enjoy it and make the use of it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be when you're 80s. There's a picture on the internet I've seen. Like, here's a gentleman in the 80s in a wheelchair sitting in a window, and there's the other 80-year-old bodybuilder, both 80-year-old male.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're telling me, there's 70-year-olds sitting there, and I'm sitting here at 43, I'm like, okay, I want to be like that when I'm 70 years old, because I guess who they are, and they're extremely active and fit.
They're active and fit, but it's also like playing smart too.
Yeah.
Even experience, like, things you do back when you're 18, 20-year-old in college.
I can't do anymore.
Probably not gonna do anymore.
Yeah.
But you can still be active. It doesn't have to be super intense workouts.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be like, if you were in classes and let's say you're suffering from an ACL injury again, then we can, let's do some bodybuilder workout type stuff that will let you still get a workout in, but it's not super intensive, so you keep your muscle mass up and your strength up without going super hard all the time.
Yeah.
Soccer players, because we've had soccer, is like, I've seen a lot of ACL injuries. And
Yep, I've had both in each of those.
Yeah. So like when you haven't done, like, so like when you're on your rehab part, they had you still doing something.
That's true.
Or like I had, like my clients who are pregnant, if you can still come do something, you can still come walk.
Yeah.
And then it's just a mental game. Like, I know one of my clients, she comes into class, she would rather be at the gym than at home with her 3 girls, because that's her break in the day from the stress of life.
Yeah.
So when, like, even in class, like, I've gone on you before, like, are you working or are you actually gonna work out?
That's rarely, by the way, but yes.
Because you come earlier.
Yes.
But there's other people, like, other lawyers or business. I've got lots of business guys in my classes.
Yeah.
And that, like, I will have to get on to them. It's like, this is your 45-minute window of the day to take care of you.
Right.
Everybody else will be.
That's how I view it. Like, that's me time.
Yeah.
I'm not dad. I'm not lawyer. I'm not, business, mentor. I'm just me.
It's like, so when I do my workouts, I go to a basement gym. It's in a basement of a building complex up by the airport. It's the size of, I think it's like 50 by 50. Maybe.
Okay.
So I work out there because it's just me and maybe 2 other people in the room.
Right.
And I do like more bodybuilder work because I know what I need to do for myself.
Yeah.
I can't run anymore because I've had 2 eye surgeries and a neck surgery, so I can't do impacts anymore.
Oh, wow.
So if I can't do it running, I can do cycling, but I'm not going to sit on a bike for an hour. I'm not going to do that. Sorry.
You have a sore butt afterwards, because that's what I remember for those things.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
It's not that fun.
So I'll go in there and I have a few lifts I have to do to keep my spine, because I have soccer injuries from my rib cage from playing goalie, from doing a lot of diving. So I have to do certain exercises every week for my rehab.
Okay.
But I'll go in there and lift. That's what I love to do. And I take my time, but I have that window like you do. I have a 45-minute to an hour window in the afternoons where I leave work, which I don't work out there. I work at my place. Because otherwise, people are going to talk to me all
Or
the time.
otherwise, you will have 100 people coming up to you every moment.
I haven't worked out a lifetime in probably 3 years.
Really? That makes sense.
Just because, like, I can't ever. I went on Saturday morning one time at 5 a.m.
And still couldn't get a workout
And there's 3 people in the gym, and they all want to come talk to me. I'm like, I just want to work out. I just want to be left alone. Get the sauna. But so, like, to me, that's my window too. So, like, when I want to go work out, my phone goes do not disturb.
Yeah.
I have a do not disturb setting for fitness, so only 2 people can call me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
And everything else is, I like no social media. It's my music. I listen, for me, like, I do like more like motivational speeches. I listen to those kind of things for my workouts. That's what I do. Because I've changed it up right now. I'll do, like, heavy metal sometimes like that, but I like the speeches kind of thing because it kind of keeps me motivated kind of thing. For my mental sake. It's also fun too. But like, that's my time too. But if I don't get that window in because I get picked my daughter from school early or I get out of work late because of a meeting,
Right.
I'm in the same boat. Then I feel like crap next few days because I didn't get my workout in.
No. I mean, I'm completely with it. Let's talk about high intensity training, hits.
Kits. Mm-hmm.
What, CrossFit was a big craze. We were talking about this beforehand. When I owned my my sports performance company, that was like the big craze, Olympic stuff. But it wasn't sustainable. I mean, the amount of injuries, the spine surgeons, they really enjoyed the business that they got from it.
Rosty loves it.
Yeah, Rosty. I mean, that was the rise of a Rosty is somewhat aligned with CrossFit, to be honest with you, because so many of those injuries were coming up during that, early 2010s. I mean, that literally, if you go back and look, that's where they started growing, there. And I've got lots of friends that are there. They're good docs. But now a lot of the craze is this high intensity training. What's so great about it?
We used to hurry up really fast.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's adrenaline. Now you get the adrenaline spiking up for you. So it's a high stress response. But you can't sustain it for a long period of time. So you have to go high and then low, high then low. So it kind of taps into burning up your carbohydrates, but it also taps into using your fat as stores for longer periods of time. So it kind of goes back and forth on that aspect of it. So back when you did your Ironmans, you had your fast, slow days, right?
Yep, I actually did.
That's high intensity training.
Yeah.
It's just applying it to weight training.
Yeah.
So like for like a CrossFit or other types of those kind of things, you want the high intense, but then you want the down. You want the high intense and then the down.
Right.
From my recollection that I've read about with Olympic lifting, it's not. If you look at Olympic lifting,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be done fast.
Right.
Or like for 30 reps of snatches. If you watch the Olympics,
Yeah.
they're doing 1 to 2 reps. If you watch them train, they're doing 1 to 5 reps
Right.
in like a 30-minute window.
Yep.
They're going for max load, not max volume.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've done the training. I mean, again, I don't know this stuff. I've been trained back in my past for, gaining mass and strength. I mean, and I'll never forget. I mean, I did a 400-pound deadlift. Couldn't get in any pants either because my stinking thighs were way too big.
Yeah.
During that, but yeah, that's how it was. It was, mathematical based upon percentage of max weight, cycle through to increase on it.
This is great. In my experience, like you can't keep those maxes all the time or percentages. Reason being, let's say you had a high stress day in court one day, and the next you didn't sleep well.
Right.
You come in and you're supposed to do 85 to 90% of your max. It's not going to happen. I'll tell you right now, it's not happening.
Yeah.
So
I laughed because actually the other day when you were like doing a max, I'm like, this isn't a day for me to be like doing 85%.
No.
I just wasn't feeling it.
No, like that's why we use. I use other things to market that. I when people walk in and say like, how'd you sleep?
Yeah.
What's going on? Like, how you doing today? Those kind of ask those questions. People who have these Whoop that looks recovery. So we look at heart rate variability. So heart rate variability is when your heartbeat is never 1 second apart.
Right.
It's usually like 0.8 to 3 seconds difference.
Okay.
The more consistent that is, the higher HRV means you're ready to work out. You're less stressed out.
Oh,
The
man. I mean, HRV's on the Apple Watch, but I never knew it meant that.
You can do that.
Okay.
And then if it's the more inconsistent that heart rate is, the more stressed out you are. You're like, you might feel good,
Oh, okay.
but your body's like, no, we're not going to do this today.
Interesting.
so-
I always went off of, I mean, this is just me, but my resting heart rate.
Yep, you can use.
I will tell you, there's time periods in my life, like my resting heart rate right now is probably around 52, 53. Times in my life where that resting heart rate was 80.
Yeah.
And those were the most stressful times in my life. And I just happened to know that because
Yep.
I was always wondering.
So that's the heartbeat per minute, but
Right.
what's going on per beat? That's the HRV part.
Got it.
So I always tell people, like, everybody in the world has a heart between 0 and about 240.
Really?
Everybody in the world.
Oh,
If you're-
yeah.
If you're an Olympic athlete or you're diabetic.
240?
That's the highest I've ever seen recorded.
Before it exploded.
Pretty much. But that's like to give you an example. Like everybody in the world, but how efficient you are doing those heart rates, and then your recovery part is going to be the key crucial parts of that.
Interesting.
So like when so people want to get dial in, I always recommend getting a Whoop or Aurora or using an HRV on there to see where you're at. Because then I tell the kid, like, this tells me, it's like, today I was in a red today. Like, tells me don't work out today. I'm like, good, I didn't plan on working out today anyway. Because we're doing this
I'd be
today.
afraid that it would tell me all the time, you're too stressed, don't do it, or something like that.
Well, if you start tracking it, like when I first started doing this about 4 years ago, I could see like every Thursday I was like in a red.
Because by that time,
Something's going on.
week.
What's going on? So I switched my workouts, or what was I doing? If I have, feel off for this one. If I have one, I love tequila. Tequila's like my drink. But if I have one shot of tequila and I drink like high-end tequila and I sip on it,
Yeah.
it'll be in a red. One drink.
Because our bodies lose the ability to process alcohol as we age pretty darn quick.
Yeah, yes. So like I can do. So if I do it if I have a alcohol on Friday night, I know Saturday I'm gonna be in a red. I'll still do something. I'll still do a workout. It won't be as intense as I would plan on it usually. So that's where that whenever I'm talking to clients come in, like, how you feeling, what's going on, or I just look at them and say, are you okay? Like, they just look like glazed over. You know, like that's when people are coming in, that's kind of me talking to everybody. Like when you come into class, I'm trying to like kind of feel how the class is going to go.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to see what's going to happen, you know, or like if you're running like late, I'm like, are you good? We're good. Okay, cool. Let's go. You know, like just make sure that you're not overly stressed out and trying to hit a high stress workout. Like yesterday was a high stress workout.
Right.
Kind of thing.
So talk a little bit about the leadership aspect. I mean, youth sports, everybody gets that. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about adults, you know, but the impact of a fitness routine on the leadership abilities. I mean, because you've got executives that you're dealing with. What are some of those stories to share on the impact of leadership?
I've gotten a lot of feedback and like, I'm like their coach on that like they respect me in that aspect and as like a big brother. I've been told that too. A lot of people I worked with, even like stay-at-home moms, I've seen their confidence level go up. So they're doing with their kids, whatever. One of my clients, she has like 5 boys.
Oh, God help her.
Yeah. And she's an angel for that. But so like from a lot of the leadership I've worked with, who are like from the lawyers to the doctors, like I just see them get better at their job. I just feel, because they feel more confident. They feel confident in themselves. So they're able to communicate with their teams on what they're doing.
Right.
You know, some people are older than me, some people are younger than me, but everybody looks at me as still as their coach, a trainer. So I like that because I get to be blunt with them.
Yeah.
Because in my world, like I'm not a fan of being like, oh, it's gonna be okay. I'm like, get your shit together, let's go.
Right.
You know, so that's just my
which is what executives want, right? I mean, we're sitting around and, you know, I'm counseling clients like, just go left.
Yes.
I know you really want to go right and you're pissed off you got to go left, but just go left. For me, I kind of want somebody to be like, hey, Matt, get it going, you know. That helps a lot, you know, because of the roles that we have as busy executives.
So, well, also like as business executives, like you just said, you're telling your clients, let's do this.
Right.
Because they trust you to do it. I'm like, okay, let's get your ass up and go. You know, but sometimes what I've realized, like a lot of the executives, CEO type people, entrepreneurs, even just starting their own business, they want to be told what to do rather than being ask me what to do, per se. Or they want, what do I need to do? You know, they want to be told what to do. Like, we're going to do this. Get over it. We're going to do this.
Well, because a lot of them are also action oriented. So that plays into their nature as well. They also have a hard time asking because they can, you know, they're off there doing what we do. Like entrepreneurs, they're out there as a lone ranger or lone rangers doing what they do. So they don't necessarily ask a lot. They kind of just do. But if you point them in the right direction, and that's what they're there for, which you do a great job on, and say, okay, here's what we do, they will be action oriented.
Yeah, even like I've had clients who just one-on-one clients that I like. One client owned like a multi-million-dollar trucking company, and a little tiny guy, you know, always short dude, like maybe like 5'5", but he had like Napoleon complex, you know. So I'm like, we're doing this. He's like, we are. I said, we are. I'm like, okay. So like, you want to be told what to do because sometimes they're unsure what to do because they're specialists in their field.
Right.
They're not specialists in this field. And
Well,
it's in training. So like, if I had it for business, I would come to you and we would rely on you for the business aspect on the law on that part. Just like you come to me for the exercise part, even though you know what you've been active all your life, but you want to be told to do it. And like sometimes you want to know why we're doing this today. I could tell you why we're doing this.
Right.
You know, some people don't.
I just trust you. I'm like, is that what we're doing today? Okay, that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, but some people know the why. And I was, and like even when I used to train trainers to become trainers, I would say you need to know the why. Somebody asks you, like you should be able to tell them why we're doing something.
Right.
So like in the class, I'm gonna tell you why. If you want to know, I'll tell you why. But do you want to listen to talk? Or you want to work out? You know.
Which, all right, pet peeve. If the people that go to gyms, not in the class, but like the people that go to the gyms and just sit there the entire time.
It irritates me.
Which is why I enjoy being a part of, you know, the class and doing that because it is like I want to just work. Yep. Like I want to work out and get done.
It's
the ones that want to flex on the not in the class, but like the people that are out there sitting on a bench, you know, talk on their phone, texting. I'm like, come on, let's go. I got 45 minutes. I got to get out. I just want to work.
For example, like one of the girls in class, her boyfriend wants to do his own thing on the side. I looked over here, I call him vacation because he's always on vacation. I was like, vacation, what are you going to do? You going to talk? He's like, yeah. So you're going to work out today? Because your girl's breaking a sweat, bro. You're not even going to break a sweat at all. So like I will harass you back and forth, but like I love the class when we're going in the morning. It's like the area we take over is like everybody's working hard.
Yeah.
Everybody around us is kind of watching us, and they're doing abs for days or whatever, or they're chatting. It's like it's more of a social hour for them.
Right.
There's a purpose for that for them, is that they probably need to get away for certain things. That's their mental escape.
No, that makes sense. I never thought about that.
That's their social escape from things.
Yeah.
Like instead of like going out to a nightclub, that's their nightclub per se in the mornings. Or you got a lot of them stay-at-home moms.
That's their break.
That's their break from the kids. They have 2 hours with the kids.
Yeah.
That's their mental break for them. That's for them, but like if you want to come work out, let's do a lift.
Right.
I see so many people who work out over in the other areas that they're like talking the whole time.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Back when I used to work out over there, I'd be like, y'all gonna use this? I'll be done in like literally 2 minutes if you just get out of my way for a second. Can I just use this?
Yeah. I mean, I've walked up to even like the teenagers. I'm like, are you gonna do this? So yeah. So cool. Can you get off it so I can use it while you're texting your friends?
Yeah. It's interesting too on the youth standpoint of it. Football, I think that's a different animal. I haven't been around that. It's probably, but the rest of the sports, when they lift, it's the old school rep, rest, rest for a long time, rep versus something that's more functional strength of sport specific.
Yeah, I mean, I was got some kids they're in the high school sports right now, and like they're doing a 1 rep max. And okay, cool. Show me your deadlift. I'm like, I hope that's not your deadlift because that's horrible.
Probably better than my deadlift.
Well, I'm asking them, their backs rounded over.
Yeah.
I'm like, how many people's in your class? Oh, there's like 100 people. I said, how many coaches are in there? Oh, it's one. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like one person trying to like watch 100 kids who are just still learning the form. It's like they're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
So I've had clients bring their kids to me and say, let's work on your deadlifts so that you don't hurt yourself in gym class.
Right.
Whatever you're doing.
Well, I mean, back when I played football and I played soccer, I mean, you were basically just told, lift it. We're doing bench today. Okay, lift it.
Yeah.
We're doing squat today, which I could out squat a lot of people back in those days. Was like, all right, just grunt it out. You're telling me, hey, your knee's going in. I'm thinking, I wonder if my knee's been going in my entire life.
Yeah.
For doing those. And it's doing it right, which, that's a difficult thing to do. Let me ask you this. I've got just 2 more questions for you. And this is a big one. If somebody's listening today, which I have a lot of friends that are not active, you know who you are, that need to be active. I've got a lot of clients that probably, because they know I work out, they know it's a big part of it. What's one thing they can do today listening to this to move themselves in the right directions of getting fit?
Let's go for a walk. That would like get out and get some vitamin D and some sun, because the sun's coming out pretty soon with the summertime.
It is summer now, man.
Yeah. That would be the first thing. And the second thing is like make one habit change per week. One habit. Don't try to make 15 different changes. You're not going to be successful. They say like if you make one habit change, it's an 85% success rate. You do 2 things, you drop down to 33% success rate. 3, you're down to about 13 to 15% success rate.
Wow.
So if you try to do 5, 10 things,
you're never going to get any of them.
So I always say it's like find one active thing the first week. Just find something active. Going for a walk, go for a hike. It doesn't have to be a super intense gym. You could just go to the gym and just go around and like walk on a trail run. Simple. At least it's the AC when it was hot here in San Antonio. And then probably next week, make a better choice in food. Instead of going for a burger, maybe get the chicken sandwich. It doesn't have to be like a super like left or right.
You don't have to go kale
extreme
on day one.
No, don't do that. You won't be successful.
Right.
I've had clients who've done bodybuilding shows. I've had one of my clients, she was on American Ninja Warrior TV show.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was filmed here in San Antonio, like 2018, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was there for it. It was so cool.
That's awesome.
So like, it's not just changing. I think it's changing like one little thing at a time. Focus on meal prepping, if that's what you're thinking to do, or just food, or just focus on breakfasts. If you're not eating breakfast, get breakfast in there. Like, and not talking sweet tacos, then it goes on from there. Like make sure
That's one thing I need to work on, Zach. I like my street tacos.
But so those are things I always tell is like just focus on one habit. If you focus on one thing, if you start walking, subconsciously you'll probably start eating better.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna start feeling better. Overall, okay. Now I can try one more thing. Let's get more hydration. Summer's coming. Like make sure you're getting enough water in. There's a lot of little things I find that you can help a lot of people out. Whenever I do nutrition coaching with people, I have a list of 9 things I tell people. So these are things we want you to do. We're just gonna do one right now. It could be as simple as like take out dairy, out of all your cheeses for say.
Man, I love cheese.
I know. one of my clients said she was having stomach issues. And I kept listening to her talk for months. Yeah. And so we did a 6-day challenge at work. I said, let's just try this. Yeah. Take out cheese for the 6 days. No more cheese. No more dairy. No more whey protein. You're going to do an isolate or a different protein instead. Change it all out. No more gut issues. No more stomach issues. And she lost 15 pounds.
Oh, wow.
By just doing that.
Well, there you go. Now I'm probably going to go move to that route. Let me ask this last question here. So you've been doing this 26 years?
24.
24 years. Okay, 24 years.
So I started in 2000.
Is there one thing that you've learned through that 24 years just about people? Like in your experience? Like what's one of those like this is, one of those just things I didn't realize about, people in general that do you get what I'm asking you?
Yeah, there's a couple cool things people are stubborn.
Okay.
Because they're either stubborn in a good way or stubborn in a bad way.
Okay.
So stubborn, like if I say do these things, they're going to do every little thing I ask them to do. Yeah. Which is good. Or stubborn, I don't want to do it because I don't want to make a change.
Oh, I see.
That's
either all in or all out.
Yeah. But then another thing is like I find out when people want to make a change, they know the purpose on why they're making that change. Yeah. Their life gets so much better.
It's all about the why.
Yeah, do you know this? I don't know if you've ever heard of Simon Sinek.
I know who Simon Sinek is in the golden circles.
The gold why.
Power of why. Yeah.
I've used it with family. I've used it with my clients. I've used it with friends. Like why you're doing what you do. Period. If why you're doing, like if you're not in trying to get healthier for your why, it's not what you do or how you do it. It's why you're going to do it first. Yep. Then it will translate to everything else. If you watch the video by Simon Sinek, it'll make perfect sense. But you have to really dive down to why. I always tell people like do 5 whys. Right. Write down here. What's your goal? Why? Answer that. Why? Like do 5 layers deep. You'll get pretty close to why you want to do something. But for me, for like people are either all in or all out. But over the years, I've noticed one thing like if I tell somebody to do hey, let's do this, they won't believe me. Yeah. They have to hear it from like 5 other people. And then, example, one of the girls in the morning, she's lost a lot of inches, so she's got leaner, toner. Yeah. Not weight, but she's got leaner. So what'd you change? She's like, the nutrition you kept telling me to do. I'm like, oh, all those years ago. She's like, yeah. Yep. It's just like they're stubborn because they don't want me to change because they didn't figure out the why. Right. That's the stubborn part of it. But when the people do want to do it, like the lady who was on American Ninja Warrior, she was going through a very short time in her life, struggle, and then but she wanted to lose inches. And anyway, she figured out her why, and she did it. And so those are the things, like why they're doing things. Like the lady talked earlier about the 2 ladies who were pregnant at the same time. They want to be healthy and prove that you can go through the workouts and still be 9 months pregnant. Wow. So that was again like the why they're doing things. So I always tell them, it's like, well, what's your why you're doing this? Like I can give you all the resources in the world. Like you can give all your clients all their documents and forms to fill out, but they don't know why they're doing it.
A little bit more than forms.
I don't know exactly. It's not my world. That's what I ask you. You get the idea.
I know. I'm just kidding you a hard time.
Yeah, but like you get the idea, like why you're doing something. Yeah. Why you're merging companies. Yep. How do you want to get this done? Yep. Same kind of concept. Why do you want to be healthy and fit? Like the guy who's lost, from 375 down to 225. Why did you do it? He's doing it for his kids.
Right. It's all about the why.
It's the why, and that's to me is like. That's just to me is the biggest thing to help people out. And like if you can't get the why, you're not going to get to the goal you're trying to get to.
Wow, that I'm gonna end it on that one because that was good. I mean, it's true. The why is the purpose for all of us, right? Especially when it comes to fit. You make a choice versus one way to the other based upon your why. And if you don't know why, you'll just flap like the wind and kind of just do whatever. So no, that's powerful. Zach, thanks so much for two things. Number one, kicking my rear end every single morning because that's why I come back. And then two, most importantly, thanks for coming on here to talk about things. And I've really enjoyed, the workouts, and I've enjoyed this, and I'm sure our viewers have as well.
Appreciate it, guys.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the South Texas Power Lunch. Like I said, Zach is phenomenal. I highly recommend that you reach out to him. He's become a great friend. And again, it's somebody I spend almost every single morning with as part of my routine of making sure that I'm taking care of myself physically, mentally. And it's just been an awesome experience. As always, thanks for watching. If you're listening to us on one of our podcast formats, click like, click subscribe. Let us know that we're adding value. If you're watching us on YouTube, again, click that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of our episodes here. And as always, we are on a mission to educate, support, and advise every small and medium and startup business in the state of Texas. And we'll hope that this has added value to what you're doing. We'll see you soon.